Hey guys, we're back with Umineko no Naku Koryo ni, translated meaning when the sequels cry, better known as Umineko, when they cry. And as you may be able to tell by the title screen, I'm doing this like in post. Like we start. We're on episode 3. We finished episode 2. And okay, Belle, you can stop. And as I mentioned in the first episode of the first video of episode 2, I lost some of my videos to like a hard drive crash. I don't know the technological term for it. And one of them was the first half of episode 18, which is this episode. The second half is still good, and I'll be playing that after this. Like, I don't think it was even half, like the first 20, 30 minutes maybe. So, that's a loss. It sucks, but we didn't go back and re-record it because, well, we haven't. Well, I'll get to that in the next episode. Anyway. Just you're gonna start out in the middle of an episode basically. Secondly, there's background noise in this one. I've done my best to edit it out, and I did an okay job. Like, I don't know how to edit, so I just muted the parts where it's at, or just cut them out if like we're on a tangent. But yeah, it's watchable. It's completely watchable. Just give me a little annoying, I guess. So I wanted to point that out. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Well, I'll see you guys. You get what I mean. Bye. Ooh, I don't know about that. But if we solve it, the ceremony will surely end automatically.
You sure know a lot, Maria. Did you learn all of that from Beatrice?
Ooh.
If you don't bear a risk, nothing can be gained. Is that it? That definitely is the way of the world, but it's sort of in conflict with the chessboard thinking I like so much. At least when making moves in chess, players grope for the best. Oh no.
What?
I saw grope and my head went straight to chest.
Oh, I see you're in character for battler.
Yeah.
Good.
Trying to avoid risk and hoping for an advantageous turn of events. They don't trust a chance like in gambling. That's right. There's no room for gambling in an intellectual game. And yet, this person called Beatrice has created such an outrageous crime, or maybe a ceremony, while purposefully imposing conditions for her own boss and announcing them to us. In chess, you always play your best move. So, by putting yourself in your opponent's position, you can predict their next move. However, you can't be sure that Beatrice's moves are always the best moves possible.
Do you have a pop filter? Like your mic has like the thingy over it, right?
Yeah?
Huh. I think that's what the sound is. The lack of a pop filter.
I have a pop filter.
That's weird then. I think I know what a pop sounds like.
That is weird.
Anyway.
I thought she was probably making us focus on the epitaph to pull us in some way, speaking in riddles. But according to Maria, that alone was impossible. She said this was a genuine risk that the witch had taken, and therefore proof that this was a formal ceremony for magic.
It was good up until like formal there, and then it started like, or I'm gonna call it popping again.
I can't understand this witch called Beatrice. If she's committing this chain of murders with some goal in mind, why did she go all the trouble of exposing goodness? Why did she go to all the trouble of exposing the conditions for her defeat? No matter how I spin the chessboard around and think from my opponent's perspective, I can't understand why she'd give up if this riddle is solved.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
None.
None? No thoughts. You don't think about it.
I've never thought anything in my entire life.
Well, that's too bad. I guess you have to accept witches exist now.
No, witches don't exist.
Well, then you gotta start thinking. The only way to counter a witch is by thinking.
You can use... No, I can't, because magic doesn't exist.
Wait, you about to say you could use magic?
No, I just said you can counterspell. Then I was like, no.
Yep.
I can't.
So either magic's real or you gotta think.
That's not fair.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Never stop thinking.
I want to play a different game. I want to play Necropara. Let's read Necropara.
We go.
I don't have to think in Necropara.
Yes, you do. You gotta think about the hidden Neko dystopia.
The hidden Neko dystopia. Actually, real talk. Hold on for a second. It is pretty dystopian for cats.
Yeah, it's the Nekopara Force finally gonna unveil the conspiracy. That there's like an underground Neko.
What if it turns into like a horror VN?
I would play it if that happened.
Like all the cat girls just die.
I would play it even harder if that happened.
Main character wakes up one day in a padded cell.
Does the main character have a name?
I don't remember his name. He does have a name though. They don't just call him Goshijin-sama, I swear.
They do, don't they? What if Umineko episode 9 is Umineko Para? They do a crossover.
I would read Umineko.
Well, we are reading Umineko. This is gonna be a 2-hour special, isn't it? Isn't it? Like you're monologuing, right? I can't just continue.
Isn't it almost as though Beatrice doesn't care whether she wins or loses? Of course chessboard reasoning won't work against an opponent like that. I don't understand.
Is that you saying that or Battler?
Yes. What is Beatrice after that's making her carry out... What? Oh, sorry. I read that with the in proper tense. What is Beatrice after that's making her carry out this crime? If she just wanted to massacre us all, she could have done it quietly, without this whole crazy setup. There's no need for that kind-hearted advance notice. All this self-aware closed room stuff, or any of the rest. It's all overacting. I've got no clue what it means. Will I be unable to understand everything, as long as I keep thinking of Beatrice as a greedy human culprit? If I don't accept her as a witch, will my chessboard thinking be stuck before I've even lined it to pieces? If she really is a witch, and everything Maria said is true, then there's only one thing for us to do. The theory building in Discord and searching for the culprit has been all pointless.
Yeah, theory building, us talking in Discord, searching for the culprit. This is all pointless because
we need a bad joke jar. We just have to put a quarter in it and we tell an awful joke.
Every time I tell a joke?
Yes. We should have all gathered in the dining hall, combining our knowledge to solve this riddle. By combining the knowledge of that many people, we might have been able to grasp at least a thread of the answer. They're greedy humans, each desiring to gain something over their opponents. We're getting offered up as sacrifices one by one, without gathering the knowledge together. In the end, did the humans get what they deserved? They thought they were using their brains, but they were actually thinking of their greedy selves. In the end, chessboard theory is a thinking technique where you project yourself on your opponent. So greedy people see their greedy selves inside their opponents. I looked lazily at Aunt Rosa. She was probably tired from being under all this tension the whole time. She couldn't sleep, but she kept staring vaguely at some point off in space. Aunt Rosa had announced that we couldn't trust anyone who hadn't been killed. Aunt Rosa's chessboard thinking saw herself inside her opponent. That's interesting, actually. In other words, maybe Aunt Rosa was an isolated woman, unable to trust anyone and unable to let her guard down. Long ago, I think I heard a bit about it from my dad. Aunt Rosa was originally a very obedient child, but her age was far too separated from the other siblings. They often made conflicting demands of her during their confrontations. Thanks to this, she'd undergone a lot of psychologically harsh experiences in her youth. Often, when she copied one of her siblings, another sibling would give her a hard time. Like
what?
When she copied when they shot everyone.
Are you saying they're the culprits now? You can't just have everyone be the culprit.
I can, actually.
I mean, not Battler.
It's a suicide pact.
He's immune.
Battler
I forgot about that theory. Everyone just wants to commit suicide. So
just to scare Battler.
Yes.
To scare Battler back into the family.
Kidzo told them to do it and he'd give them the inheritance. So they were like, oh, sweet.
Let me just kill myself to get the inheritance, sure.
Yeah. They really need a lot of money right now.
They didn't didn't really think that one through, did they?
Yeah. So I was like, this isn't what actually happened.
True, Aunt Rosa said many things today that could be taken as abusive. But that means those words were once showered upon her, which is why they were engraved in her vocabulary. Her vocabulary. The many abusive words that she'd spoken were also words that she'd been showered with in the past. Now that I think about it, I've picked up traces of Uncle Kraus and Aunt Ava in her style of speech from time to time. I assume they were similar because they were siblings, but maybe it's more than that. What?
I think you said I've picked up the style of speech. I've had the feeling that her style of speech. I think either I misheard
picked
you.
up traces of Uncle Kraus and Aunt Ava in her style of speech from time to time.
What? I've had the feeling that her style of speech sometimes has traces.
Oh no. Is ours written slightly differently?
Huh. I wonder if you have the old script because you have some of the PS3 version. Whenever it came to Steam, the script got updated. I'm not sure how significant it was, but I know they went through all of it again.
I assume they were similar because they were siblings, but maybe it's more than that. For the first time, I truly sympathized with Aunt Rosa, who I once thought was warm and gentle all the time.
Oh, I think I know what it could be. My Umineko, I downloaded it from like the hard copy, so it's not auto updated on Steam. Maybe they could have changed that line for some reason. Whatever reason.
Then what about Maria?
What's the history of that line? I want to know.
Maria's been making a certain claim for a while now. If we can solve the riddle the witch displayed to us, the ceremony would be halted and would definitely be saved. And I think she also said that Beatrice will never break a promise. But this is Maria we're talking about. She herself never breaks promises, and she has the most innocent part. So she believes Beatrice also won't break her promises. She's able to believe that. But isn't that just an image of Beatrice in Maria's mind? There's no proof that the real Beatrice always keeps her promises. Right?
Ooh. I keep my promises.
Oh, shut up.
Risoldo and the epitaph should be able to reach the Golden Land. When you do, the ceremony will end.
I'm not going to write that down.
No more people will die. That's the key to solving the entirety of Umineko.
So you're saying a complete monster like you follows the rules?
I won't deny that I am brutal and unjust and a monster. However, I'm a witch. I use magic. In order to use magic, there are some rules that must be followed. Because I am a witch, I cannot neglect those. You should believe at least that much.
So even after all the crazy stuff you've done, you're still telling me to believe at least in the rules?
I do play tricks. Of course, I also deceive people. I'm no different from humans in that regard. But not once have I disregarded a promise I've spoken. What about humans? Do you always keep your promises?
Since we have catchphrases like keep your promises, it's hard to imagine that we always follow them properly.
From my perspective, humans are the truly selfish monsters. There's nothing as dubious as a human's promise. Even I sometimes make contracts with humans, but you won't imagine how strict an agreement must be made for just to grant a single foolish wish. If there's even a small loophole, they will immediately say something like, increase the number of wishes to 100, or go turn yourself into a bean.
Do you think she's ever become a bean before?
At least twice.
Do you think Kinzo has ever said, now go be a bean? I should like to eat you with my chili.
I love this crazy image of kids
that I've designed in my head. There's this thing that Dad always says. He says there's nothing as scary as contracts. According to him, it's only natural that people who sign without reading them thoroughly will get chewed to the bone. He's made a killing through vice.
Imagine it. When people are born, they know nothing of fraud. They get it from somewhere. And so they learn it. Yes, the crimes of the human world, where people must press up against each other. Let me see. I've heard that from a witch somewhere. Oh well. Not as heartless as you think, you see?
Liar! Satsuki!
I wonder who said that. That's almost sure they either burned Castle or named a Delta.
You killed so many people, and you did it in such horrible ways, too. How could you not be heartless? You say you keep your promises? Don't say stuff like that. I won't accept you. Ever. I believe my only way to resist you is never giving up on that.
I see. So you're saying this eternal torture will be the same for me? Perhaps. 1,000 years is a long time. Maybe a witch's true strength is decided not by their magical power, but by the strength of their endurance. Yes, I can accept how terrifying Lady Byrne is.
Damn you. Babbling on and on about this incomprehensible stuff. Let's quickly get back to this eternal torture.
Yeah, I love the eternal torture.
I'm prepared to stick around for 1,000 years or even 10,000 years.
Good, good. Looks like you've regained some of your will to fight. It'd be boring otherwise. Come now, don't you often see it in competitive games? Sometimes one player intrudes on their opponent's territory, but the opponent is so weak that it's a bit of an anticlimax. So the first player loses on purpose to extend the game until the last round, during which they get serious and shower their opponent with blows, right?
I don't get what that means.
It's the same as wine. If you don't let it age well, it won't sparkle. You're the same as that wine. I'll carefully make you age. I'll raise you to be the best alcohol to adorn my elegant time. So don't give up after only this much. Keep on denying me. After all, as long as you don't accept me, nothing more than a fleeting illusion. It did it for me, so. That's a lot of cackles. That's a lot of cackles.
Make a song out of it.
They did the ha-ha laugh, so I don't need to do it. Gonna strong! Gonna smash window! No matter how... No! Don't bring that back.
Running it back.
No. No matter how many times I see it, it's awful. I truly sympathize. Shannon-san, please get the key. Even though she is dead, Adam is a lady. I cannot touch her.
Of course. Yeah, I'll just touch this dead body.
Reach into the stomach. Poke around a little. Got it! Shannon nodded sharply, expression filled with a sense of duty. George, Gordon, and Shannon had been broken a suitable window or inside the chapel. Had broken, not had been broken. That'd be weird. So they really hadn't wanted to break one, it searched for another way in just in case. Who's this just in case guy? Do you think he's Beatrice?
He helps out a lot.
But in the end, they're proving what that's like my oldest joke. Like back when I started YouTube and I like did like Minecraft videos, I made that joke way too much.
Yeah, no, I'm already putting it in the jar.
But in the end, after proving once again that there was nowhere they could slip into, oh, he's actually going. Well, it became more obvious that this chapel was a mysterious closed room. Inside the chapel, time had stopped ever since the last time they left. Even George wasn't able to approach that gruesome Halloween party again. It was only natural. It reminded him again of the sadness of losing both parents at once. And Goda, thinking of the possibility that those corpses might have changed in some horrible way, now that half a day had passed, didn't want to let George get near them. Shannon followed Goda's instructions and approached the party table. Normally, Shannon might have resented having another dirty job forced on her, but now she could truly understand Goda's mental state. Even though Goda how do you say this one? Prodigious? Oh, he's
What?
actually...
Oh, prodigious.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, I'm a genius. Skill. You could say I'm a prodigy. He got him dragged into trouble, losing his job and ending up left out on the streets. Before Natsu, he gave him a new life. This is a totally irrelevant detail that's mentioned in the manga. Well, shown in the manga. Apparently, Godo was fired. I think he had a job at a hotel, if I remember right, because he had an affair. I think he held hands with his boss's wife or something. I forget. I don't think he really specified, but just fun fact. Just that's never going to be mentioned. It's an irrelevant detail. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. That would have been just a casual employment decision for Natsui. Godo must have thought it a turning point in his fate. Osuya and Goto could see that he felt a special kind of loyalty to Natsuki, so he probably didn't want to lose that feeling, even after her death. Now that half a day had passed, the bodies of Natsuki and the rest had changed completely. Small bugs sniffing out the smell of death had started to gather. It really wasn't something you'd want to look at directly. Oh, this shit.
Excuse me.
Because of her long experience as a servant, Shannon had an idea of which pocket Natsuki kept the key to her room in. Probably be this pocket. I guess didn't fail her. Just by touching the outside of the pocket, she was immediately able to feel it.
It's here. The key to the madam's room.
Shannon held the key up high, showing the others that it had been found. As George and Goto watched her, their eyes opened wide. That wasn't the expression Shannon was expecting, so it startled her.
Goody.
It's the Jaws music! After all, Shannon hadn't noticed. George and Goto, watching from afar, noticed it first. After all, when Shannon had held the key up high, a blizzard of gold leaf had seeped up from around the table. They were...
This is a Kingdom Hearts song.
countless gold butterflies. I cannot remember a Kingdom Hearts song except for the, When You Walk Away. You know that one? That's the only one I remember. Oh, what is it? Just read?
Oh, baby. Don't go.
That's the only one I remember. It's been years since I played those
Simple
games.
and clean is the way that you... Butterflies.
Yeah, it's Simple and Clean, that's the song name. Anyway, it's the first time George had seen them, so it might have looked like some kind of illusion. But Goto already knew. He knew that those gold butterflies were far from beautiful, and it would bring about some kind of misfortune. And that gold swelled, trying to suck Shannon in. Shannon-san! Run!
Huh?
Do it.
Kya!
Is this the first Kya of Umineko?
I think so.
We need to make a counter. Imply you'll edit.
Ding!
Shannon also realized that gold butterflies were trying to swallow her up. She ran unsteadily, her expression still shocked. As she did, the gold butterflies danced around her all at once. They grouped together. They tried to swallow her up. Shannon! Dang it, what is this? At first I thought Goto was gonna run in and save her. And like have his moment.
Yeah, right.
Or like in a magic scene he saves her life. But I mean, you know, that counts, right? Because magic's real.
Yep.
Are these the gold butterflies you guys are talking about? Outside, quickly! You guys! Dang it! Dang it! That says you guys in my version of the script. I asked Witch Hunt for a G-rated version.
A safe for work version.
Yeah, so this is actually going to get uploaded on a 4Kids YouTube channel. It's a new promotional thing.
On the Fred YouTube channel.
So George and what's the like a old-fashioned name that starts with G? Gerald rushed up to
George and Gerald.
Yeah, George and Gerald rushed up to Susan, driving off the cloud of butterflies. Okay, I'm stopping now. When all the butterflies were scattered, they ran towards the broken window.
Broken windows are violent.
However, they needed a good footing to get
Open a
out.
window. They used a rock to open the window.
To get out the window, which was surrounded by shards of broken glass. When they had entered, there had been enough time to prepare for that, but now there was none. Oh no, I catch up on my arm. Let's go. Let's get out. Go out through the door. There's no time to look for footing. It won't open. It's stuck. Give it to me. Dang this piece of crap. Is this Goto or George?
George Summit. George Summit. George Summit. George Summit. Quickly.
Don't
no,
take
that's
me lightly. Ooh. Goto took off his jacket. Goto is battler?
Oh my goodness.
Goto took off his jacket. Swing. I want Goto and Golden Fantasia now. Goto Fantasia.
Go to Fantasia.
Swinging it around and scattering the group of butterflies. But saying he was outnumbered would be a real understatement. It's doubtful that it even bought them a short amount of time. George struggled with the broken handle. It's edge-showed and didn't turn well. Can't leave it astray. Needs the right angle, or there's some trick to it. George-sama! Dang it! You monsters! At that moment, Goto saw. Imagine how crazy it would be if all three of them also died in the chapel. Like, imagine the police just walking. I'm like, okay, 6 dead. Oh, 9 dead bodies. Oh,
Nice.
who put those there? At that moment, Goto saw it. He was seen by it. In other words, their eyes met. On top of the party table, with the stained glass behind it, floating, laughing, was the figure of the witch. He saw the figure of the laughing witch in the center of the golden whirlwind, with the gold butterflies fluttering about at the ready. Beatrice! Should have been Gota's first meeting with her, but he knew her at a glance. Just like the other servants had said, this was certainly, the witch of the portrait herself. It's almost time for dinner, is it not? I'm the host of this mansion now, so I must give you a warm reception before your wonderful dinner. You know, you do all but one voice in. Well, you do one voice in this. I do all but one voice in this. This is unfair. We need to rebalance the voice hierarchy.
Not my fault that randomly somehow everybody that is my character has died.
I planned this. Actually, all the characters you're given always die in the first half.
Is that true?
No. The order switches up.
Okay.
Like, every, you know.
Okay.
And look, we have 3 people fit to order. My, how truly convenient. Who is this, you think? Gota? I ain't open.
Ooh, this song.
World End Dominator. Let's go. It's open.
Go to Son, quickly. Torichi, Sama.
When World End Dominator is playing, I can't lose. Huh? That's what that means. Are you sure it's a good idea to just stand there? If you think this place will make a fitting cemetery for yourselves, then be my guest. I must praise your spirits for wanting to stay by your former master's side and serve them even after death. The golden whirlwind that wrapped around the witch burst. It was like an evil hand that literally spread its fingers and was trying to attack them. The cloud of golden butterflies attacked with a fluttering sound. Hurry! We can't stay here. George's voice brought Shannon and Gota back to their senses. Standing here now would make them like frogs getting stared down by a snake. They had to resist. They had to fight this incarnation of the new, brutal, and threatening order in which Rocket Team had been enveloped. There's no time to take out their umbrellas. The 3 of them dashed out into the pouring rain.
What if they just stopped to, like, take out their umbrellas? How would you feel about that?
No, they like jump down the stairs and hold their umbrellas up, so they like glide down. The 3 of them never realized because they didn't turn around. The gold butterflies apparently couldn't handle the rain too well. This hampered their ability to chase after the humans. The 3 people ran from their golden pursuers and flew into the mansion. How nice, how nice. It wouldn't be as fun any other way. They unlocked the door and dashed into the room. A bit of the scent from Natsuhi's favorite gentle incense remained in there. However, there's no time to let that calm them now. Where is it? You said it was in a treasure box, right? It's just a story I heard. I never heard exactly where it was.
I think it'll probably be in her dresser next to the bed.
Shredder's womanly sensibilities led her to conclude that. George is narrating the scene. But next to the bed, there's only an incense burner, a half-read novel, and glasses. However, the dresser is elegant and had many drawers. It would be understandable if she kept some of her valuables there. And Natsuhi, sorry, began to violently open each one of the drawers. He had to hurry. He couldn't actually hear footsteps, but he had the feeling that the witch was approaching.
You ever like play a game, you get really scared that someone's behind you, so you just like start to freak out?
Are you doing that now?
No.
Oh.
But like, do you ever play a horror game and you know something's chasing you and you like freak out because you feel like it's getting closer and closer and that door just won't open fast enough?
Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, I know what you mean. You see, I don't play horror games for that reason. I freak out.
Well, I mean, like, what?
I mean,
I think parts of Half-Life could be considered survival horror.
I haven't played Half-Life, so I can't comment.
It can get pretty scary.
Well, I remember I got scared playing Everlasting Summer, the Miku route. So I mean.
Okay, well.
Well, hold on. You don't know about the Miku route. Like, I mean, it wasn't that scary, but at the same time, like I was like, scared isn't the right word. I was like, this is unsettling. I guess.
This is unsettling.
Yes.
I do not like this.
You have the feeling that her laugh was approaching. Basically, like the road turns into like the staircase from Super Mario 64, and like zombie lollies. So I mean, it's pretty scary. You have the feeling that her laugh was approaching. Gotta take World and Dominator seriously. Can't beat the joys one by one and examine their contents. Every small box for makeup looked like a treasure box. The amount of effort it would take to inspect all of them made him feel a little dizzy.
Maybe this box? It's locked and I can't open it.
At a glance, it looked slightly larger than a music box. When shaken, it rustled, so very small objects were inside. But only locked and didn't open.
Well, maybe if you try to unlock it.
You need the key to do that, which is what your next line is.
Normally, you'd hide the key somewhere nearby. Some people would always carry it on the person. I don't know. I don't know.
There's no choice. Break it. Well, we can't do it with force, right? We might break the mirror inside. Could there be a total pry it open? Dang it! Yoda looked all over the room, trying to see if there's some tool that they could use. And he noticed the door, which had been left open ever since they entered. He approached the door to close it, so the abdominal shadows of people approaching beyond the darkness in the hall.
Abdominal?
That's what I said.
Abominable?
That's what I said.
Abominable.
No, it wasn't shadows of people.
Say it with me. Abominable. There you go.
No, it wasn't shadows of people.
Abdominal.
Do you know the name of the abominable snowman in Rudolph?
The
Bumble.
Abdul Snowman?
It's Bumble.
Bumble?
Because they weren't human at all.
I miss Bumble.
George Summer. Hey, you're cool. Goda's voice trailed off. It was the shock, seeing a possession of those not of this world. He was a servant, so he knew all the servants working for the Ushiromiya family. But he didn't know about these. However, they're definitely servants. And not servants working for the Ushiromiya Kinzo or Ushiromiya house.
Oh no! The swole goats!
Oh yeah, you have to pierce these fights. These new servants.
Why are they swole?
Worked for the new master of the mansion. The golden butch bitches had goat heads and bright red boiled eyes of lava. They don't actually have eyes.
Oh no, they have lightsabers! The goats have lightsabers!
They absorb cannon's powers. As the new master laughed loudly and trimly directed 6 of the new servants. He saw them approach, piercing the darkness as they came. First, she was clad in the golden butterflies that were her symbol. Goda hurriedly closed the door and locked it. However, just as he locked it, it returned to normal, just as though a spring or something had knocked it back. It gave the illusion that some prankster beyond the door was just unlocking it every time we locked it. That's actually what's happening. It's like your kids on the other side just unlocking it. They couldn't have reached the other side of the door yet. So who was doing it, and how? It almost felt like playing with a broken toy. Click boing, click boing. Wow! It won't lock. Even if I lock it, it unlocks. What's going on? Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. It did that for me. Do you think the lock would stop me? Do you think the door to that room could hold back that room's new master? It's like the witch could see Goda's frantic effort through the door. Even now, the footsteps continued to approach. And when not just their footsteps, but even their breath could be heard, Goda gave up on the lock and slammed it into the door, blocking it using his own large body.
Do you think that's gonna stop the swole goats?
Well, I mean, Goda's pretty strong. Wait, no. He left the kitchen. No. George-sama, quickly, quickly, quickly!
Hurry, he can lose!
Quickly, you have to say the next line or Goda will die.
George-sama, what about this?
It's a quick T-E-L. Quick time to line. A letter opener? That's better. Let me have it. The fountain pen isn't working. George took it and once again dug into the crack under the lid of the treasure box. Looks like it's working.
Hayaku!
Quickly, quickly! Eep! Gwa! The pressure from across the door grew even stronger. Goda screamed. This wasn't a war cry during a test of strength. He was terrified. He was simply terrified that nothing but a single wooden door was stopping him from touching something not of this world. But he was still lucky. He wasn't touching the things directly, because they were on the other side of the door. So, if he were to touch them directly, Goda's cry would surely turn into something grave, and from something grave into a pathetic, piercing scream, different one that was more real. It's a cute girl's arm! Goda couldn't believe what was happening right before his eyes. Coming through the door, an arm was slipping straight through the wood like it was water. Still, this was the most natural thing in the world. He grabbed the back of Goda's hand as he frantically tried to hold the door shut. It slid up to his arm, to his chest, and then up his chin. By now, Goda's scream wasn't even audible anymore. This is 100% Beelzebub. Are you okay?
That's the sound Goda's making.
Beelzebub is the stake of gluttony. And I haven't actually read it, but there's like a Valentine's Day thing in Umineko Tsubasa, I think. And she gives her chocolate to Goda because she's the stake of gluttony, and she wants him to cook food for her. It's basically canon.
That's adorable.
So if you accept magic is real, Goda has a waifu. He could hear a sweet whispering voice from across the door. It wasn't coming from the witch, but it sounded like a young woman. However, that didn't change the fact that it came from someone out of this world. It is Beelzebub. So cute. Hey, you see it, right?
Kawaii.
You're like flashing before your eyes. Let me know when it's over, okay? I want to do this so loudly, so badly, but it's nighttime. Thanks. It's over already, isn't it? Play their rattling can sound effect.
I love the steel bongos.
No, it's a rattling can. That loot arm burst. Then they heard the sound of something jumping around the room at an incredible speed. They didn't know what it was. Incredibly fast, small, like steel, or maybe a beetle. When it buried itself right in the center of Goda's chest and stopped, they realized for the first time that its true form. Something like a stake with a strange design on it. Goda's large body shook, bent backwards, and fell over. Everyone take a moment of silence. Nope, we're not, because World End Dominator is playing, and we can't stop the World End Dominator. As it did, the door opened softly. Even though no one was pushing it, welcoming in the new master of this room. It looked almost as though the door itself had accepted her. The door is actually Canon in disguise. It wouldn't lock because he's just like shaking Canon's hand. The cone attendants came in one after another. 6 of them. Then the witch came in, and the gold butterflies came in. The room was wrapped in a blizzard of gold leaf, which fell and piled up, turning it more and more into a whirl of gold.
It's Golden Dominator.
No, that's not episode 3. No, that's not an actual song. Shannon, the girl that has chosen you and George. Thank me for your day of release. Do you have any regrets? You don't, do you? Receiving an engagement ring from the man you fell for and then being killed before spending your first night together? That hardly counts as a regret at all, right? You wanted him to hold you, didn't you? You wanted him to teach you a woman's joy, right? No, Shannon, you're dribbling, see? You're gonna dripping from down from your mouth. I can see it dribbling down from your mouth, Shannon. Yeah. Beatrice's battler. Crack. It's the sound of the lid to the treasure box breaking open. When George turned it over, accessories, charms, very small objects that not to get treasured when she was a girl fell out. Mixed in with that was a pouch that stood out from the rest. He picked it up and was immediately sure. This was it. I found it. This is it. Do you think George is still kind of like, I'm not sure if witches are real, but if Shannon feels better about it, you know? So close, and yet so far. Die!
Shide! Kyoin!
Dang it! You can't just make a JoJo's reference whenever something happens. That's not how
JoJo?
humor works.
You can do a JoJo reference whenever you want.
No,
JoJo is
no.
silly.
You can, but that doesn't mean you should. All at once, the gold butterflies attack George, who was hurriedly trying to remove the contents of the pouch.
Donnie! We got deleted.
Lightsaber 2.0!
What? This actually looks like... If this was blue, this would actually just be a Blaze Blue stage.
At that time, a bright red flash seemed to light up the room for an instant. That red flash seemed to cut a hole in the cloud of gold butterflies raging around the room, drawing a circle with Shannon at the center. So, the resulting scene looked truly divine. Almost as though a single streak of light cut through the clouds in this world of gold. George was curled up in a ball, trying to protect himself from the group of butterflies. Didn't have a clue what was going on. Then he noticed that Shannon was standing guard in front of him, shielding him, and she glared at the witch and the rest with a serious face she'd never shown him before. This is... Oh, I'd forgotten. You're another sample of Kinzo's outstanding furniture. You've matured much more than canon. You know, this is just expected, right? Like, you know, we've seen magic before. Just another walk in the park.
It's not real. How could you do that to Canon-kun? I don't mean killing him. How could you erase his remains and even try to disgrace his honor?
Come now, Shannon. Is that why you're mad? You're lonely because Canon hasn't been around. Just let me know and I'll let you see him whenever you like. Can I stop, like, stretching random words out for fun? Oh, it's Canon! It's the real Canon!
Hey.
See, it's the real one. I think something slightly different about him. When the witch snapped her fingers, one of the 6 gold attendants glittered gold and changed into Canon. He has, like, pure red eyes for you, right?
Yep.
Okay. It was definitely a sight to make one doubt their eyes. It was definitely Canon's face. Oh, you sent me a... Oh, that's a Blaze Blue stage. Or you're just looking up Blaze Blue stage?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that a picture of? Another Blaze. Perfect. There's just one I needed. However, in those eyes, the glint of Canon's integrity was nowhere to be seen. They were the hazy eyes of furniture that only obeyed the orders of the witch. George couldn't understand the scene right before his eyes, and he finally understood why Goda and the rest had been unable to talk about what they'd seen in the servant room.
Are you enjoying this?
Yes, I am. It's always fun to reunite a pair that have been torn apart by death. After all, I can enjoy tearing them apart by death, reuniting them, then tearing them apart again. So, Canon, go play with your sister. If she knocks you about, let her see you suffer with all the anguish you can manage. He did it for me. He's a blue lightsaber now. Or is that purple?
You can tell, you understand why Canon is... That's not real Canon, because Canon's is red.
Because his hair cuts over his eye. I don't know if it does that in the original. Or even in the PS2. Like, his hair just stops where his eye begins.
Oh, yeah.
When the imposter Canon's arm, I don't know if it's always done that or not, but... Also, listen to this sick piano. Or is this an organ?
It's an organ.
A strangely shining curve extended. Oh! That's why they took their stomachs out! They had to get an organ to play. But, just... Fun to tear Shannon apart with that. The single stroke, he would attack Shannon.
Put this in the jar here.
Showed up prepared her heart, and... You laughed. I heard you exhale out of your nose. Shannon's like, no.
I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you for dishonoring the dead, not just once, but twice.
Enough rambling. Go get killed by your brother, Shannon. Sure you'll bear witness to a wonderful dream.
Where's Shannon's lightsaber?
No, she only has shields. And a seagull. A really annoying seagull. It's Umineko, man. The imposter cannon certainly seemed to lunge at Shannon, drawing several purple curves. When he flew under, it was as though some kind of invisible wall had been placed in front of her. The wall repelled the imposter, leaving a bright red ripple on its surface. No, it didn't repel him. It smashed him. It knocked him back, turning him into a golden dust, into little bits, scattering him. That foolish furniture, taking Cannon's form and even disgraced his honor after death, broke into countless gold butterflies. And then those butterflies themselves broke into pieces. Those pieces were broken into pieces, till they were no longer butterflies, but a golden splash that faded away. Shannon.
George-san, please don't move from that spot. I don't want to shift the central axis.
Yeah, that sounds cool, so it's magic. Well, this is certainly a surprise. So though your face makes it look as though you wouldn't hurt to fly, you can display such power?
Did you see Byakuya go from, to,
Yeah. I see. So that spirit mirror is lending you strength. But you don't have the tools or the time to draw out its true power. I won't let you have either of those. Troll face. The spirit mirror George gripped had let out a divine glow, displaying a strength powerful enough not to submit to wicked forces. That glow was no match for the witch's sinister nature. This is why furniture can be frightening. That feeling, like unexpectedly stubbing your little toe on the corner of a cabinet.
Why did you have to describe that?
Yes, this is why furniture can be frightening. You furniture.
Maybe Byakuya just got me in real life. That might be magic, I'm not sure.
I mean, Eva Beatrice got you in real life too.
I am not furniture. Right now you seem very pitiful to me.
For context, didn't you like break your hand like hitting a table because Eva Beatrice beat you in Golden Fantasia? Or something like that?
Probably.
You repressed that memory?
Shut
What?
up.
Huh. What did this furniture, who hasn't lived even 100 years, just say to a 1,000-year-old witch?
You're a very pitiful person. Of course two people will have love. Whoops. Of course two people never will have regrets when they're separated. They'll feel none of the kind of regret you're hoping for.
You dare to speak? You dare to speak, furniture? Have you forgotten the days when you were so desperate to be tied to George that you licked my shoes?
Living with love and crawling through the muck is what humans do. If you sneer and look down on them for that, then you're far inferior to them. Especially now, I pity you. How precious is it for a loving couple when they bring their love to fruition by sleeping together on the first night? Whoa. It does have meaning, it definitely does. But it's completely different from what you're saying. It means something so sacred that one such as you has no right to speak of it wickedly. So I no longer have any regrets. George-san and I have sworn our love to each other. As proof, I have accepted his ring. With that, our eternal vows are completed. No matter how much you torture us with your wicked magic and your malice, you cannot disgrace eternity.
Don't speak in cheap ideals like some poet. Love is lust, totally meaningless unless you're sleeping together. Men are more flies and maggots that get drawn to your female scent and crowd around you. You still don't understand that at your age... You'll despair the very first time you witness the dark lust of that glasses man behind you. Glasses man, that's George's new name.
Glasses-kun.
You'll be crushed, shocked, dumbfounded, stupefied, and it's all useless. It's all useless, Shannon. It is ha for me. Yeah, that's enough talk out of you, you furniture. Who the heck do you think you are, talking like that? No matter how beautiful you try to make love sound, in the end it's a fraud because love is filthy filth. Don't people become adults when they realize that? Dang you trash furniture scrap. I'll turn you into a filthy maggot, then we'll see whether that glasses guy still loves you. I'll show you that this guy is only had his eyes on your flesh. Dang you piece of crap. Don't you tell me about love. Shannon broke Beatrice.
Time to raise my APM.
The invisible column of light that Shannon at the center started to have a bright red ripples drawn all over it at once. The wall did its best to withstand the unseeable malice that tried to corrode in on them from all directions. What, do you actually think you're resisting? You're insignificant You're frail, just like your cheap ideals, just a frail presence. You're just hiding what you don't... What?
Pretense.
Oh, frail pretense. Just hiding what you don't want to see by covering and reveal. Do you not understand? That's why your furniture. It's opening your gate. It auto advanced. You stopped me, so I couldn't do it all.
Go man. I didn't know.
Hold on. I can't go back and look at that now.
I know. It's awful.
Well, the audience can.
I will never.
Well, if you watch my video, you can.
You ever again.
The loaded wood shelf that covered the room gradually began to shave the walls off the column that protected Shannon and George. Bright-eyed ripples frantically drew a resisting pattern that just turned into a red wall of despair that began to wrap the two of them up.
George, son. I'm sorry. It was too much for me. After all.
Yeah, thank you. You fought for my sake. That alone makes me happy.
They actually said sake? He really likes alcohol.
What's it? Schizophrenia? Well, no, that's not the right. That's a different thing. The polygon thing. You know, the Pokemon polygon? The flashing lights?
Porygon?
Yeah.
Oh. Epilepsy?
Epilepsy warning! Great. There's a lot of flashing lights. The animal that it's a bit late for an epilepsy warning. The animal that had once protected them was assaulted and covered with a curve of bright red ripples that it seemed to scream. And it began to suck the two of them up instead. Storyline?
George, son. Can I ask a favor?
Shannon grasped George's hand from behind her. So George hugged her shoulders just as strongly. What is it?
In the end, please let me hear you say, I love you.
Yeah. Sayo, I will forever... Don't laugh. But he could've, if he just turned, he could've said, I loved you. But instead he had to drag it on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the end of that chapter. It's 9 p.m. now. That's the last Twilight.
It's actually 2 in the morning.
Well, no, it's 9. Umineko is real life. Did you not take that course? The Umineko is real life course? It's mandatory in most high schools.
I did not.
So yeah, guys, hold on, I'm waiting for this stream. Okay, there we go. I believe we have 3 episodes left until we finish episode 2. It's almost done. And next one will be them examining that closed room, I assume. Get ready for another closed room, by the way.
Great.
So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Anything to say before we call it?
I like rice.
Perfect. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and he likes rice. See you guys then. Bye.
Goodbye.